Par is die skeieregter, die 43-jarige meneer René Ourquet, 'n skoolhoof van Avignon in die suidooste van Frankryk, sy derde optrede in Suid-Afrika na die 2 toetse wat hy hanteer het teen Engeland vroeër vanjaar. En dit is Errol Tobias wat die bal gaan stel en hierdie spel gaan begin met Suid-Afrika wat die noordelike doellyn gaan verdedig, of liewer die suidelike doellyn verdedig en die Jaguars die noordelike doellyn. Meneer Ourquet wat vir Hugo Porta vra of hulle gereed is. Hy beduie ja. En hier kom die afskop. Dis 'n vlakke. Sy byna aan die hande gekry daar so deur Cash, maar dit is Suid-Afrika wat hom in die hande kry. Dit is Michael Du Plessis wat hom hoog laat hang. In die hande gekry deur Martin Sansot. 'n Man wat donderdag tydens die oefening van die Suid-Amerikaners hier op Loftusversveld lank en aanhoudend veral sy kantlyn skoppe geoefen het. Kom ons kyk as hy daar na die oorkant toe gaan buig. Maar intussen is daar 'n besering en dit lyk na Ernesto Oure wat die aandag kry van die skeieregter meneer Ourquet. Dis Oure nommer 4 wat opstaan. Dit lyk hier na die kuit, onder in die kuit wat die besering opgedoen is, maar hy gaan sy plek inneem en dan verander die Jaguars van taktiek. Hulle gaan skop hier na die groot paviljoen kantlyn toe. Die regtervoet. Hy gaan nie die kantlyn haal nie. Onder hom in is Johan Jeunesse wat op volle vaart die bal in die hande kry. En veldwen vir Suid-Afrika. Kom uit, maar die fluit het geblaas. Blijkbaar is daar die bal toch net so rapsie voor laat val deur Johan Jeunesse en daar die pragtige vangskoot van hom en die vorentoe storm. En die Argentyne kan vandag swaar leef in die vaste skrims. Aan die diskant sien ons van Anton Barnard wat sak teen Serafin Dengra. En dan 'n strafskop. En weer 'n keer is dit Martin Sansot. Heel agter en lyk my dit word nou deesdae gewoonte om die bal te stel en op daardie wyse baie seker te maak dat jy die kantlyn gaan haal. Gaan hy dit reg kry? Ja. 'n Goeie skop. Hy is reeds 29 jaar oud, speel vir die klub Pyredion. En aan die diskant van die veld is dit kolonel Cassie Karstens wat die vlaggie omhoog hou vir Chris Rogers om vir die kustelyn staan hierdie bal in te gooi. Ons weet daar is effe probleme in die verstandhouding, maar baie goed gevat voor in die lyn staan deur Vleis Versace of Rudy Versace soos hy graag genoem wil wees. Word ingewag deur Campo wat oorkant toe skop. Johan Jeunesse kry die vingerpunte by, maar die bal spat uit sy hande uit oor die kantlyn en Campo wen baie goed veld. Mens wil al sê Argentinië, maar hulle is nou nie amptelik hier as Argentinië nie. Hoewel al 15 van hulle verteenwoordigers is van die Argentynse klubs. Ons sê maar Jaguars. Die Rogers wat met ingooi. Lyn staan gewen deur die Jaguars, skepskop deur loskakel Porta. Maar hy was baie geplaag. Die bal is hier so voer grondlaas in die hande van Johan Jeunesse. En dis al wat hy kan doen. Porta, argitek van Buenos Aires, argitek van Suid-Amerikaanse rugby. Tobias. Ingewag deur Milano, wat hom goed beheer. Migens, Porta. En alles wat hy doen het hy ongelooflik baie tyd. Weer 'n keer is dit op heel agter. En dan moet daar gehardloop word deur Karel Du Plessis en hy druk net betyds dood, maar daar's 'n strafskop aan Suid-Afrika. 'n Strafskop aan Suid-Afrika en dit is Karel Du Plessis wat daar baie geplaas en waarskynlik vasgehou is deur José Palma, die linkervleuel. En hier kan verligting kom vir Suid-Afrika wat onder druk verkeer in hierdie eerste paar minute deur die Jaguars.
Jannex en Johan Jenus het in daardie vat van die bal het hy 'n besering opgedoen en 'n mens kan maar net vertrou dat die man reg sal wees. Hy sukkel nog met die liesbesering. Maar dit lyk of hy reg is.
Hy loop effens bank. Dani Gerber wat skop. Porta wat die bal het. Weer 'n keer 'n hoë ene. Gaan dit die taktiek wees? Al voorin is Dengra. Bal wat lospad. En die bal is uit op die hoekvlag met Chris Rogers voor aan hy stormloop om te keer vir Suid-Afrika. En die Jaguars sterk op die aanval terwyl daar een man plat op die aarde sit. Net buite beeld op die oomblik. Kort lyn staan. Skeef aangegooi. Vaste skrum, 15 tree van die kantlyn af. Ek sê daar na die voor hy woel die manne mekaar. Morel wat druk teen Atti Strauss, die vaskop van die WP wat sy debuut maak, 'n man daar van Calvinia se wêreld af. En Anton Barnard van die OP. Die OP se 28ste Springbok vrouens. Johan Serfontein. En hy bring daar die paar meter verligting. Raymond. Hy gaan sy plek in die agterlyn inneem om te help verdedig en hy laat die steelkant verdediging aan die voorspelers oor. Dit is Diego Cash. Goed losgemaak deur Suid-Afrika se voorspelers vir Johan Serfontein. En nou kan die groentruie 'n slaggie asemhaal. Hulle is weg van die doellyn af, weg uit die kwartgebied uit. Hierdie lyn staan halfpad tussen die kwartlyn en die midlyn van Suid-Afrika. Daar sien jy die perspektief. Weer Diego Cash wat die bal met ingooi. Speel vir die klub San Isidro. Kom uit na die Jaguars se kant toe, maar die vlek het reeds geplaas met Rob Lou by Porta. Lyn staan 15 tree van die kantlyn af. Suid-Afrika die keuse gehad. Hulle verkies die vaste skram. Die Roke beduie sonder enige twyfel presies wat die kolletjie is, of waar die kolletjie is waar hy die skram beveel het. Tussen is dit Palma wat daar moet haastig hoog skop, maar die vlek het reeds geblaas. Weer 'n vaste skram op dieselfde kolletjie. Serfontein steelkant. 'n Lekker rolskop. En 'n mens kan verwag dat die Springbokke uit hierdie posisie uit die bal behoorlik in die hande gaan kry en dat hulle met die agterlyn sal slaan. As 'n paar trotse manne, die manne wat hulle debuut maak in hierdie groentrui vandag. En 'n mens verwag veral van hulle 'n goeie vertoning. Dani Gerber, hy toets die heel agter, maar dit is Palma wat onder die bal gaan aankom. Die bal spring in die doelgebied in. Palma is daar. En al wat hy gaan doen met Michael Du Plessis by hom is om dood te druk. En daar moet ingeskop word van die kwartlyn van die Jaguars af. Die kwartlyn inskop kan hierdie man wat skop enige posisie agter daardie kwartlyn gaan staan. Baie goed ingewag deur Rudy Versace. Word gehelp deur Anton Barnard. Bal kom daar steelkant uit. Suid-Afrika vorder nie juist nie. Nou kom hy na die agterlyn toe. Dis Raymond in die agterlyn insny. Johan Jenus is ook daar so. Michael Du Plessis. Ek sien hoe die bal oor sy vingerpunte dobber met Rob Lou wat skielik optel. Maar daar is reeds 'n fout begaan en weer 'n keer 'n vaste skram. Dus die Jaguars se bal. Javier Miguens wat met ingooi. Ek moet sê tot dusver kon die Springbok skram nog nie veel uitrig met hierdie skram van die Argentyne nie. Hulle sukkel op die bal uit te kry. En dan is Louis Molman daar. Het komt toch uit naar die van Serfontein toe. Vormde aangeef hier naar Karel du Plessis toe deur loskakel Errol Tobias. En vir die vormde aangeef is daar 'n vaste skram. Daar is 9 minute speeltyd verstreke. Nog nie punte op die telbord nie. Fernando Morel se Evans se bleskop peel daaruit. En Atti Strauss het 'n woord of wat in Spaans met mekaar te wissel. Hierdie keer swaai die skram op die ingooi van die Suid-Amerikaners. Dus dat is het Campo. Hoe een wat hy laat hang en sy manne aan kant plaas. So 'n kerel wat baie vinnig daar was is Serafin Dengra. Kerel met die langste hare in hierdie Jaguar span. Vaskopstit. En 'n ou bekende, hy was ook in 1982 hier. Hy was lid van die span, die wenspan in Bloemfontein, toe Suid-Afrika 21-12 geklop het. Ek sê hulle speel hulle 7de toets, hierdie twee spanne teen mekaar. Van die vorige 6 het Suid-Afrika 5 gewen en die een in Bloemfontein in 82 verloor. Die van Serfontein. Ingewag deur Campo. Sansot. Regtervoet, gaan hy hom uitkry? Nee, dis Johan Jenis. Pragtige posisie. Hy hom veld in. Is die man aan kant plaas. Porta is daar. Probeer daar vir Jenis ontwyk. Maar wat sê die skeieregter? 'n strafskop aan Suid-Afrika. Blykbaar het die manne nie daar die 10 meter sirkel om die kerel wat die bal gevang het, naamlik Johan Jenis, eerbiedig nie. En Suid-Afrika het die keuse van 'n strafskop daar waar Johan Jenis die bal gevang het, of 'n skram waar die bal uiteindelik in die hande gekry is deur Hugo Porta. En hulle verkies die skram wat feitlik op die kwartlyn is. Die van Serfontein met 'n springbok agterlyn wat nie baie diep staan nie. Kom eens kyk wat maak hulle. Hou die skram goed in beheer. Steelkant om. Karel du Plessis wat is nie voorspelers wil inkom, maar de Vedia is om sy lyf. Op die kwartlyn. Nog geen voordeel behaal nie. Kom hy uit na Nick Mallet. Mallet het nog steeds hardloop. Hy gee binnekant toe, maar die aangeef gaan verlore na Michael du Plessis. Wordt opgetel deur Dani Gerber. Dan kom hy na Suid-Afrikaanse kant toe, weer Michael du Plessis, wat hier trap en daar trap. Dis Rob Lou en hy moet oor gaan en net om. Rob Lou wat die eerste punt aanteken. Met die spel 12 minute aan die gang. Ek moet sê, dit was hoogvat, hier vat en daar vat. Kyk net hoe die hierdie gekom het. Michael du Plessis wat die bal in die hande het. Hy maak hier naartoe, hy maak daar naartoe en dan uiteindelik wil hy binnekant toe gee na Versace toe, maar Rob Lou is in 'n beter posisie. Hy klop daar vir Sanso, van Sanso met 'n verdediging wat onder verdenking is en hy is oor die doellyn en hy druk sy 3. En intussen lyk dit soos 'n slagveld, soos die noodhulpmanne op die veld verskyn het. En hier is Gerard Verwier om vir u sy indrukke te gee terwyl ons weer kyk na hoe daai 3 gekom het deur Rob Lou, wat daar deur 2 manne is. Die ander teenstander was Marcelo Campo, die regtervleuel, en Sansot wat vir Lou net eenvoudig nie kon keer nie. Maar so ek sê Gerard, dit lyk soos 'n slagveld.
Ja, dit lyk vir my in hierdie stadium, Jan, asof die voorspelers van die Jaguars, die is in hierdie stadium nog heeltemal daarop ingestel om die sterkpunte van die Springbokke aan te val. Dis naamlik in die vaste skram waar 'n gewigsvoordeel van 6, iets kilogram wat hulle die skaal swaarder trap, die Suid-Afrikaners. En 'n mens wonder nou, wanneer hulle nou heeltemal hulle fit in hulle put en alles wat in hulle is uitgespeel het hier onder die voorspelers, dan wonder 'n mens of dit nie vanmiddag, nou ja, dit is 'n baie vroeë voorspelling, of dit nie 'n slagting hier gaan afgee nie. Want in 1982 het hulle presies dieselfde gedoen. Dit is die Jaguars. Daardie dag het hulle die Springbokke geklop. Maar ek dink die Springbokke is vanmiddag voorberei daarop. tot in hierdie stadium het die Jaguars miskien gebiedsvoordeel geniet, maar daardie pragtige samespel tussen die agterlyn van Suid-Afrika en hulle 3 losvoorspelers wat ons nou weer gesien het. Rob Lou, wat natuurlik baie lank saam met sy kaptein Divan Serfontein speel. Nou ja, hier lyk my gaat 'n man die veld verlaat. Morel wat van die veld afloop. En ons sal moet sien wie in sy plek speel. Net nou al gesien hy hou vas hier aan die rug. Maar die doelskop, Dani Gerber wat die skopwerk vanmiddag waarneem. Dis skuins, maar nie baie moeilik nie. Gaan hy die kol tref? Die vlaag gaan nie omhoog skiet nie. Hy's nie daar nie en dit is 4 punte vir die Springbokke. Dani Gerber kon nie slaag met die doelskop nie. 4 punte vir Suid-Afrika, geen punte vir die Jaguars. En daar is 25 minute se speeltyd oor in hierdie die eerste helfte. Meneer Ourquin, die skeieregter vanmiddag, laat miskien nie die voordeel so goed toe soos wat hy altyd doen nie. Dit hang vir Rudi Versaghi. En Rudi Versaghi maak gebruik van sy krag, baie mooi ondersteun deur sy manne. En as Suid-Afrika hierdie bal kan kry, is dit Michael Du Plessis wat hom ver veld op gaan stuur. Dit kan 'n baie goeie skop wees. Ja, hy is. Nou, dit is een wet in rugby. Die vinnigste manier om naby jou teenstander se doellyn te kom is met 'n puikskop. En dit is die presiesste skop wat nou geskop is deur Michael Du Plessis. Dit is die vinnigste manier om daar te kom. En Suid-Afrika se agterlyn gaan beslis baie diep staan. Met Cash wat die bal moet ingooi, kan Suid-Afrika hom kry op hulle ingooi. Ons sal sien. Nee, daar word mooi deurgebars deur Milano. Maar dan is het vlees Versaghi wat afneem. Hy soek sy agterlyn en hy kry vir Dani Gerber. Dani Gerber na Michael Du Plessis na Dani Gerber. En dan is dit Johan Hennis wat in die agterlyn is. Maar eintlik speel Suid-Afrika 'n bietjie agtertoe. En die Jaguars kry geleentheid. Cuesta Silva om die bal op te tel. En baie mooi te vorder. Hy word ondersteun deur sy agterspelers. En ons kyk, as Miguens die bal in die hande kry om vorentoe te skop, is dit weer Michael Du Plessis. En weer 'n baie puikskop. 'n skitterende skop. Die skare van 45.000 die geniet elke oomblik van hierdie rugby. Weer 'n geval waar jy die vinnigste naby die doellyn van jou teenstanders kom is met 'n puikskop. Dis die tweede keer wat Michael Du Plessis in sy eerste toets dit doen. En nou is dit Pardo wat in die voorry ingekom het. En nou is dit die eerste, sal ek sê, 'n man nie uit Argentinië wat hier in hierdie span speel. Pardo in die plek van Morel wat die veld verlaat het. En meneer Steve Strydom die konfereer bietjie daar met die skeieregter. Meneer Steve Strydom wat seker ook 'n woordjie Spaans of wat kan praat. Die ander grensregter natuurlik kolonel Cassie Karstens wat baie perfek Frans praat. En Hugo Porta gaan nader geroep word na wat meneer Strydom gesê het. En die skeieregter die gaan verduidelik. Ou maat, kyk, julle manne moet nie so maak nie. Ek dink nou dis nou die Frans wat ek lees. Want ek wil nou net vir julle sê, kyk ou vriend, as julle dit weer doen, dan is daar moeilikheid. Nou wat hulle gedoen het, sal 'n mens nie weet nie. Cash kom nader. Is miskien op sy ingooi. Miskien op sy manier van spel. Maar die oponthoud is daar. En dit is meneer Steve Strydom wat weer 'n bietjie gaan gesels. En die lyn staan word verplaas. Hy hou sy vlag dwars. Daar is iets wat hy wou sê. Dit is vuilspel of ontoelaatbare spel deur die Jaguars. En dit gaan 'n strafskop wees aan Suid-Afrika. Nou ja, dit is nou 'n reël wat toegepas word. Meneer Steve Strydom, eerste rangse skeieregter, die het die voorreg om sy vlag dwars te hou en met die skeieregter te praat. Hy het hom verduidelik. Meneer Ourquin het saamgestem en daar kan palle toe gemik word en dit is Dani Gerber. 4 punte het die Springbokke. Dis baie skuins. Dis baie na aan die kantlyn. Dani Gerber wat 13 toetse agter sy blad het. Die gaan kyk hier in sy 14de toets of hy die eerste punte met die skoen kan aanteken. Hy het net nou maar nie geslaag met 'n doelskop nie. En ons kyk wat maak hy met hierdie ene. Hy skuins, hy word vir hom hou vas. Die windjie hier in die kom van Loftus, miskien 'n bietjie lastig. Hy tref goed. Nee, hy word ingewag deur Cuesta Silva wat dooddruk. En met die puntetelling dan, die Springbokke 4 punte, die Jaguars, moet 'n mens eintlik sê, anders is die taalkomitee in jou keel af. Die Jaguars, geen punte. Skakel ons oor na ons Engelse kollegas, Chick Henderson.
Taken away from him by Nick Mallett, out to Michael du Plessis. Rob Lowe's there, but Thomas Pedersen picking it up and trying to get it taken away. Good attacking fall by Kulo Ferreira, but the referee says a knock on there. And the score, Springboks leading 4 points to 0, and we have had about 20 minutes in the first half. Ball to be put in there by Javier Miguens, just in front of his own post. As wheeling scrum picked up there by Kulo Ferreira. Springboks driving. Serfontein to Tobias. He's looking for that half gap. Carl du Plessis overruns him back, but I think that could be a penalty, as if you're on one knee, on both knees, you must play the ball. So not playing the ball after attack, or penalty against Errol Tobias there. And here's Sansot, Martin Sansot, the Argentinian fullback, to try and get a bit of relief for his side. Kicking from well inside his own 22, taking the place kick in order to get more accuracy, more distance into this wind. And not a bad kick. This line out will be on the Jaguars' 10-meter line. Colonel Cassie Carstens, the touch judge, who, as he said a moment ago, is fluent in French, so he could help the referee as far as interpreting is concerned. And that is Milano there, Pardo with him, taken by Ernesto Urre, and a good drive by the Jaguars. They'll want the ball back though. Trying to fish it out is Miguens to Thomas Pedersen. Pedersen to Hugo Porta. Porta tackled by Rogers, managed to slip away, gives to Miguens, the number 8 forward, and Pardo going in, number 16, the substitute. And the referee says that ball will not come out. There was an infringement and he wants a set scrum and the Springboks ball.
Well, Chicane Thomas Pedersen rather set up Hugo Porter there, but it is incredible how the Argentinian fly half does slip tackles.
He can break very close to the scrum and close to another player. Here's the scrum. Amazing how little chap can push it straight. Serfontein, and ball held at the back there. Serfontein says, I want it, he gets it. Errol Tobias, a good little chip into the box there. Sansot, oh, this could be there. This is going to be Gerber's 13th try. Donny Gerber's broken the record. He scored 13 tries in test matches in his 13th test match, and that breaks the record of Kerry Germershuis. But a bad mistake by Martin Sansot. He tried to fly kick the ball out of the air, and he didn't get onto it. Here it is.
Well, it's interesting that Sansot was actually out of position to start with and then had to make an awful lot of ground. Now watch this, and an awful mistake by an international fullback, and a mere formality. Number 13 on his jersey and his 13th try. Breaking Gerry Germershuis' record, as you said, Chip.
And while you were watching that slow-mo, Donny Gerber converted his own try, so that the crowd being told of the record, and Springboks leading by 1 goal and 1 try to 0. And that is, in fact, I think Donny Gerber's not only his 13th try and record, I think that's probably his first conversion in international rugby. So he will be cock-a-hoop, and here is Hugo Porta to start off again. Good hanging ball. Under it is Rudy Versace, takes it well, helped by Rogers. In there goes Kulo Ferreira and Serfontein to Nick Mallett in the fly position. Back to Serfontein. Serfontein back it goes to Tobias. Tobias in a gap, a good little kick through. Waiting for it there is Sansot. Gerber through again, taken by Cuesta Silva. He's thrown down to the ground, and the referee said there was a knock forward though, and he wants a set scrum. And Turnage it was who took a bit of a high tackle and was thrown to the ground there. Difficult decision there. Now, Colonel Cassie Carstens could possibly have put his flag out for the high tackle, but it is a code of ethics among referees that if something happens under the nose of the referee, then the touch judge does not interfere. So the referee waiting for advantage, and Turnage, the one centre of the Argentinians, took a bit of a tumble there, and I think the referee is talking quietly to the players.
Well, I think the thing is, Chick, that we all recognize that it is a robust game, and Mr. Hoodke, who has a very firm control on all the games I've seen him blow, is always on the spot, and he saw that very clearly and obviously didn't think it was a transgression of the laws. But I think the situation is the Springboks looking a little bit tentative. They are bigger, they are physically stronger, but just seem to be trying to do everything just that little bit too quickly. And instead of settling it down, the first number of scrums, they weren't scrumming well, but probably taking those new caps a little time to settle down. And they're certainly starting to assert their authority now.
And of course they are playing with the wind, so they want a good lead by halftime. Now that's the halfway line just behind the Jaguars pack, and a good shove, but very quickly through. You saw the Serfontein. Now there is Ricardo de Vedia and Rob Lowe tussling for the ball. Kula Ferreira getting it back into Tobias from inside his quarter, and he's found touch on the full. Very good touch indeed, left-footed and under pressure by Errol Tobias. Errol Tobias playing his 5th test match today and hasn't made any mistakes so far. Serfontein's been giving him a good service, and now he will want his forwards to settle down and get good possession. Where's it gone? To the back of the line out, but it looks as though Milano has it. Milano helped there by Minguez, number 8 forward, and in they go. The last one going in was Cash, and a penalty to the Argentinians for coming in the wrong side of the scrum. And he points at Rudi Versace, who looks a little bit nonplussed and amazed, but very politely and obediently goes back 10 meters.
And certainly no doubt about who was the transgressor there, Chick.
Well, he's a delightful fellow, Rudi Versace. His nickname is Fleece, and he weighs about 130 kilograms. Big lad. When you stand next to him, you realize how incredibly tall he is. And Sansot. Remember that the Jaguars are playing against the wind, and so 10 points to 0 against them after 26 minutes is not as bad. That's Dengra with his hands up in the air. Behind him, Pardo. Taken beautifully by Fleece Versace there. Helped by Anton Barnard, number 1. Nick Mallet, number 8. Rogers going in hard, trying to get the ball back. And Serfontein to Tobias. Tobias in a gap, but well tackled. And booted forward. Miguens, the scrum half. Looking for Porter. Gets Porter. Goes round Ure. Outside he's got Miguens. Miguens with it now. The big number 8 forward. Tries to go inside. Misses Pedersen. De Vedia back. Miguens, Porter. This is dangerous. And Porter going through on his own. He's going to try and pick up someone there. Donny Gerber going for it. Which way will it bounce? It could bounce anywhere. Is it a try? I think it is. And I think it was the wing forward, Jose Maria Palma. Palma got it, I think. You'll see on the slow-mo. But that showed very good anticipation by Porter. He was in a gap. He couldn't pick up anyone. Here he is, Palma. Jose Maria Palma. And the genius of Porter.
Well, the genius of Porter, certainly it was. The handling, absolutely incredible. Now, he just doesn't quite have the pace at 33 to outstrip the cover defense. A beautiful little chip over the top. A bad bounce for Donny Gerber. Watch the bounce go the wrong way. And there, just a little bit of a splutter by the Springbok backs and Palmer getting in. But certainly the lead up to the try, which we didn't see in slow-mo, a magnificent bit of handling by a number of the Jaguars players. And that man, Hugo Porter, who switched direction originally and finally put in the chip that put Palmer in.
Now a conversion attempt from about 9 meters in from the far touch. And he's hit it well. Wait for the flags. It's all the way. And it's 10 points to 6. A goal and a try to the Springboks, to a goal by the Jaguars. 10 points to 6. 27 minutes gone in the first half. And remember that the Jaguars are playing against the wind. So converted by Porter. Hugo Porter, who's scored all 21 points for his side last time when they beat the Springboks. And the kick-off, they're taken by Cash. Cash driving his way through. Pedersen now with it. This is good work by these. Back it comes. Lovely second phase. Miguens now with it, and he's switching direction, going in, picking up his forwards. He's got Pardo with it, he's got Pedersen, and that is Dengra with it. Dengra helped by Ure and helped also by Milano. That's out to Tornej. Tornej, a long rolling kick. Back for it is Raymort, a difficult one for him inside his quarter. He can kick directly into touch, and a good kick by Raymort under quite a lot of pressure from Cuesta Silva and from Jose Maria Palma, who scored the try moment. There's Raymort, number 14.
Well, this is when the South Americans are at their most dangerous. They sense a little bit of an advantage now. They've got the sort of booster of a try, and they can be so dazzling now.
Tap back beautifully, Serfontein to Tobias. Tobias has to deal with the hooker Cash coming through very quickly, and Thomas Peterson. Errol Tobias. That's the halfway line. And you can see a moment ago that flag standing out then. Cash to throw in. Number 5 is Visagie. Will it go? It goes to the back. Tap back there by the Jaguars. Chris Rogers through very quickly indeed, helped by Mallet. And Springboks gaining a bit of ground afterwards. Tap back. That's Miguens, Javier Miguens. Scrum half for Jaguars. Dengra holding his hand up, and the referee wanting that half meter between the two lines. Up for it, Louis Moulman, tap back to Serfontein, knocked on by Serfontein, referee waiting for advantage. In it goes to Porta now with it. To Tournage coming through Sansot, and another knock on. Referee said they had their advantage, so it will be a scrum for the Springboks to put the ball in. 10 meters outside the Jaguars 22. Now you'll see how shallow the Jaguars line. Referee wants them to wait until the ball is available. That law came in this year. You can't put the ball, can't go down in the scrum until the ball's there. And a bit of argy-bargy between Kulu Ferreira and Thomas Peterson on the far side. Peterson suggesting that Kulu Ferreira is holding him in the scrum. But all fairly friendly the way it ended up. Van Serfontein getting them straight, and a free kick, not a penalty, for foot up. Referee indicating that it's a free kick there for foot up, and here's a chance for Sansot to kick into the wind and get away from his own half. This chap who was badly injured in 1979 against the All Blacks, now making a comeback, and a lovely kick indeed. Johan Kunis had no option then. He caught the ball and couldn't keep it in play. There's Sansot. Very good, accurate place kick. There's the Springbok try line. So a very good attacking position here for the Argentinians. Here's the first short line out of the game. A 3-man line out. There is Milano, Ure trying to tap it back, and Minguez in it, the 3 of them. As soon as the ball has been tapped, of course, the line-out ends and the other players can join in. The referee said it was knocked forward, and it'll be a Springbok ball. Scrum is swinging around a bit. No, it must have been knocked forward by the Springboks, because Miguens putting it in, and picked up by Minguens. Miguens with it now, trying to get up with almost his namesake, and there is, could be a try here by Ricardo de Vedia, and that was an opportunistic try. Very good work by Miguens, the scrum half, and Buenaventura Minguens, and that is de Vedia on the right there, the chap with the balding head. With him is Gustavo Milano, Dengra in front, and that will make the scores level with a kick to come.
Well, you see it here, that Minguez just going inside Rob Lowe's tackle there. And then just the ball, Carl du Plessis smothering the ball. But watch de Vedia here, a lovely little chip ahead and very cleverly played by him. And the try, a mere formality.
Second round of applause, and here is a very important conversion attempt from about 12 meters in from the grandstand touchline. There he is, Hugo Porta. And it looks a beauty. It's going through the posts. And the Jaguars are in the lead by 12 points to 10 after 32 minutes in the first half of this match. 32 minutes gone, and 10 to the Springboks, 12 to the Jaguars. It's 2 goals to a goal and a try. And remember, the Springboks playing with the wind. There is Errol Tobias. Now the Springboks will want to get into the lead before half-time. Van Serfontein talking to his chaps, and that's a good kick by Tobias. Louis Moulman will get there. Ure takes it. Moulman is there at the same time, and Visagie. Anton Barnard doing good work, but back it goes to Miguens, the scrum half for the Jaguars, challenged by Serfontein. He got his kick in. There he is, Javier Miguens.
Well, Miguens is actually having a magnificent game, taking a lot of pressure off Porter and with some darting little breaks, because the Springbok loose forwards, of course, are giving Porter a lot of attention, and Miguens playing extremely well tactically.
And there is Miguens behind Dengra, number 2, but that is nearly taken by Rudy Visagie, but robbed at the back. Springboks could get it from this ruck. But the referee says there was a knock forward first, and he'll want a set scrum.
From the South African point of view, Chick, this is where they are just trying to do everything that little bit too quickly, a little bit unsettling to play against these fellows. They speak a foreign language, and we just have to tighten it up.
And there's the first collapse scrum. The referee in there very quickly. And what will he give here? I think he is suggesting there wasn't a bit of a knee there by Anton Barnard, and a penalty to the Jaguars. See the referee indicating the knee that was used, and so a penalty to be taken by Sansot. Yes, I agree, Hugh. The Springboks don't seem to have settled down at all. In the lineouts, they're being harried and hassled, and these Jaguars move around all over the place. So if you're a lineout forward at number 2, you never know who's going to be standing next to you, because certainly Ure moves up and down, as does Buenaventura Miguens. And the Springboks have not had the possession in the line-out that they would have expected. And here we have a little injury, I think, to one of the Springboks. But I think the captain, Die van Serfontein, is going to have a quiet chat. There is Rob Lowe, who's leading the forwards, and behind him is Rudy Visagie. But they'll be saying to themselves they want to get better possession in the line-out.
Well, they're difficult. I was talking to Steve Stradom, who refereed the Gazelles game last week, and he said they are very difficult to come to grips with. They run around, they all shout a foreign language, and they handle extremely well, of course.
There's the great Louis Moorman with a beautiful two-handed catch, and here is possession. Maybe that little talking to did a bit of good there, and they're still driving forward. Kulu Ferreira in the thick of it. Anton Barnard doing good work, and Serfontein gets it to Tobias. There out to Dani Gerber, and there's Funes in the line. Ray Mort, not a very good pass to him, and he'll pick it up. Ray Mort with that power. He's still going, looking for support. Where is the support? Michael Duplessis is there. So is Rob Lowe. Now they'll want second phase. Die van Serfontein, that little chip ahead, and chasing it is Dani Gerber. But good work by Sansot. A very good mark under tremendous pressure. Fair catch given, and now he'll have his free kick. Catch a mark you don't have to be facing in any direction, and very quick thinking by Sansot. There's the free kick, and he's made sure of his touch. Half-time looming up. Only about 3 minutes to go on the stopwatch, but there could be 3 or 4 minutes of additional time that the referee will add because of stoppages of one form and another. Chris Rogers, you can hear the signs 4-3-3 being shouted there, and that's a better ball. Tobias out to Michael Duplessis. Karel, his brother, coming into the line. Mallet is there, but I think it's knocked forward there. Taken by Porter, and Porter taking advantage.
And I must say, a magnificent tackle by Palmer there, who has gone down in the process, but there you see him lying down, and he took Karel Duplessis in full flight. Magnificent tackle by him.
I think a feature of this game perhaps has been the tremendous tackling by the Jaguars. They line fairly shallow when it's the Springbok ball, and they come up very quickly, and it's first time hard, low tackling.
I think the other thing is, Chick, that we see it again. Watch for Karel Duplessis coming from his brother's pass. That's Michael there. Now watch number 11. And he just managed just to hold on, because Karel was coming through at pace, and he held on for dear life.
And the other thing you notice, it meant that Mallet overran Karel Duplessis. Karel Duplessis turning to try to get his pass in. Well, the injured man is fine, and that gave the opportunity for each pack of forwards to have a little powwow. And what'll happen now? This is midway between the Jaguars 22 and the halfway line. A deep one, and Kulu Ferreira tapping it back, but the Jaguars through very quickly, and Die van Serfontein overwhelmed. Rob Lowe taking scrum. Lowe out there to Tobias. A dummy, and to Johan Hunes. Another lovely tackle. Hunes down, and the ball picked up very quickly by Miguens, but the referee says that someone playing the ball on the ground. I think he's pointed to Ernesto Ure. There he is, number 4, and Is this going to be a long-range penalty attempt? Yes, Donnie Gerber is going to try a penalty from the halfway line. Well, one has seen Donnie Gerber kick fairly long goals, and remember, the wind is at his back. So this will be one that he and the Springboks will hope that they'll get, because it will put them into the lead by 1 point. At the moment, it is Jaguars leading 12 points to 10. There's the halfway line. We'll have a good view of this from behind the posts. It's a long kick. No, he's pulled it. He's pulled it, and it's going to the hands of Sansot. Sansot has decided to kick, and Carlo du Plessis following up very quickly. Might have been better have dotted it down there, perhaps. So that chance went a begging. Jaguars still leading by 2 goals to a goal and a try. Now the Springboks have a good platform here, less than 20 meters from their opponent's goal line. The referee insisting on that half-meter gap between the lines. And Louis Moorman didn't quite take it cleanly there. Coming through is Dengra, but the referee says it was knocked forward. And there's a hold-up for an injury. Looks like Kulu Ferreira down, but the Argentinians still in their scrum formation. It's interesting, they have used this Bajada scrum. They've got a regular front row forward as hooker, and the Bajada is when it's not their ball, all 3 men in the front row go into pushing positions and try to push as hard as they can, not trying to hook the ball, but making sure that the opposition get it more slowly. There it is. There's a good shove. Springboks holding it. Mallet breaking away. Mallet with it now. Gives it out to Tobias. And that's Gerber. Gerber. Good tackle on Gerber. Knocked his pass away. Mort having to pick it up from the ground. Thrown inside. But the whistle going.
Thrown off the ground by Ray Mort there.
Laying it on the ground after a tackle.
But I think the Springboks are certainly, if they're going to use their backs, they've got to make the ball work, because it's become very obvious that these Jaguars are prepared to put their lives on the line, and they're certainly tackling magnificently. And so the South Africans, I think, must just slow it up, keep better control of the ball, and just open up those spaces a bit. At the moment, they're trying to play a little bit like battering rams, Chick.
And their passing hasn't been as good as it might be. Perhaps they're being harried into errors. And here, from that penalty, the Jaguars onto the attack on the Springbok 22-meter line. But it's their throw in, and back of the line out, Mallet barging away, but the referee's whistle goes for barging in the line out, and a penalty to South Africa in a very kickable position. That was obstruction towards the back of the line out.
Well, that was very obvious, because Ure went up very high and then came flying out of the line out, and a silly mistake by internationals in a kickable position.
So here's a chance for Hugo Porta. And this is the side that he will prefer to kick from, with the post away to his left, the right-footed kicker. Watch the little sort of dance he does before he comes in. And wait for it. No, the great Porter has missed. So he's human after all. And it went over the dead ball line. So the score remains 12 points to 10. But the Springboks will be disappointed with that score, because they've had the wind with them. And we have half-time looming up. 43 minutes nearly gone. That is Campo giving it back to Sansot. And a pretty good kick by Sansot, making no mistake. He knows his team is ahead. He knows half-time is looming up. And the next line out will be, there you can see it, right on the halfway line. Chris Rogers to throw in. Where will he throw it? Throws it to Rudy Verzag. He takes it cleanly. That's a lovely one. Adnan Barnard helping. Rob Lowe in there, Kulu Ferreira. And they're battling together. They have got it. That's Errol Tobias, a good little chip into the middle, coming across very quickly as Palma. But going through, there was Michael du Plessis, and advantage. There's all sorts of mistakes happening there. But the Springboks, if they can get a quick heel, will take advantage. No, they didn't get it. The heel went back to the Jaguars, so it'll be a scrum with the Springboks to put the ball in. And that is about on the 22-meter line. Bit of a clash of heads, I think, there.
Well, actually, I see Chris Rogers holding his head, and he looked a bit dazed, and he collided with Michael du Plessis. But I'm not quite sure who that is down on the ground, Chick.
No, it looks like Milano, Gustavo Milano. So we've had on the stopwatch 44 minutes and 16 seconds. So any moment we'll have half-time. And for those who may have forgotten, South African tries by Rob Lowe and Dani Gerber, his 13th in a test match, breaking the record, or 14th rather. Tries by Palma and Devedia for the Jaguars. And it's a scrum collapsing there. Now the Springboks, a last chance before half-time in front of the Jaguars post. That's the 22-meter line. And they're going to get it, being held by Mallet. Tobias with it, out to Gerber. Gerber there, that little dummy, but he's been tackled. The ball went forward, Kula Ferreira onto it. Referee waits for advantage. There is none, so there'll be a scrum, and that is half-time. So at half-time, it is the Jaguars leading by 2 goals to a goal and a try to South Africa. Jaguars 12, South Africa 10, and anything can happen in the second half. But right now, back to the studio.
Want Suid-Afrika loopt na 40 minute trouwens, met die beseringstyd bygereken, is dit seker 'n goeie 43-44 minute. Loop agter met 10 punte teenoor 12. Die Jaguars het die voordeel van die afskop van die middelkolletjie om die tweede helfte mee te begin. Die man is op hulle poste. Daar is 'n bietjie gevryf van die spiere van Gustavo Milano, die man met nommer 5 op die rug, een van die slotte. Daar is Tommy Petersen, die skitterende flankvoorspeler wat gedwing is vanmiddag om baie vas te speel. Ons sien vir Dengra daarso, ons sien ook vir Pardo. Dit is Thomas Pardo, die enigste nie-Argentyn in hierdie span. Hy kom van Spanje af. Amptelike plaasvervanger. En dit is heel agter Sansot, wat hierdie spel gaan begin. En 'n mens kan jou voorstel dat dit 'n diep skop gaan wees, wat gaan grondvat daar binne die doelgebied. En dis presies wat gebeur. En dit beteken 'n inskop van die kwartlyn van Suid-Afrika af. Wat ook beteken dat die Jaguars besit van die bal gaan kry. Dus Errol Tobias, hoog laat hang, teruggeklapt, maar daar is Ernesto Ure in die pad, en ook Milano, opgeteld door Migens, stromskakel hom veld in, en een skoonvang aan die oorkant, door Karel du Plessis. En we gaan kijken hoe ver hy die bal kan uitskop. Karel du Plessis, een man wat spog met 2 toetsdrieën. En hy jaag die Jaguars terug tot halfpad tussen die kwartlyn en die midlyn van Suid-Afrika. Karel du Plessis wat in sy 5de toets vandag speel. 'n jonger boetie van Michael du Plessis, gekwalifiseerde tandarts, nommer 12 in die Springbokspan vandag. En Willie du Plessis, of hy hier is weet ons nie, maar daar is sommer sy Wes op die plaas dat hy wel kan kyk. Ivan Serfontein wat daar die bal pragtig amper onderskep het. Devedia wat aan die oorkant gee vir Kampo. Hy wil laat is nie voorspelers in, maar hy gaan hom vasloop. Hy het hom vasgeloop. Dengra wat die bal probeer uitkry. Dit is Migens. Hy is buitekant sy kwartgebied. En reg oor daai plekkie waar hy geskop het. Daar is die vlaggie van kolonel Cassie Carstens omhoog. En is 'n lyn staan. Die man wat daar lê, die kan... Dit is nummer 14. Marcelo Campo van die Jaguars. Wat kom help kere daar. Toe Ivan Serfontein prachtig deurgebreek het. Maar hy gaan sy plek inneem. En dis Chris Rogers wat gaan ingooi. Hugo Porta wat sy plek gaan inneem op losskakel. Hy staan ver van sy skampskakel af. Goed gevat voor die Louis Molman en dan dryf Suid-Afrika se voorspelers. Moet miskien 'n bietjie meer met daai voorspelers speel. Kom hy uit na Ivan Serfontein. Hy wil daar knap om die skrim. Maar hy gaan gekeer word. Rob Lowe wat optel, maar dit is Porta na Tournes. En dit is Cuesta Silva. Hy gee dus kant toe na Palma. Raymond is daar so ook Michael du Plessis. Maar is Suid-Afrika wat in die proses veld verloor het. Weer 'n loskram. Dit is Cuesta Silva. Hier trap en daar trap. Die van Sterfontein bring hom grond toe. Vorentoe geskop. Weer 'n keer vorentoe geskop deur Suid-Afrika. Die van Sterfontein wat agter die bal aan is. Nick Mallet is daar so. Porta. Amper wanhopige posisie wat hy in is. En dan is Suid-Afrika se Kulu Ferreira daar so. En nog steeds dryf die Springbok voorspelers vorentoe. Nie meer as 6-3 van die doellyn af nie. En 'n strafskop aan Suid-Afrika. Beduie meneer René Oorke. Strafskop aan Suid-Afrika. En dit kan net wees vanweer die feit dat Porta die bal te lank bly vashou het nadat hy deur 2, 3, 4 van die Springbokke toegeval is. Voordeel is toegelaat, maar die voordeel kon nie benut word nie. En ons sien nou 'n verandering met Errol Tobias wat gaan kyk of hy in die plek van Dani Gerber kyk of hy meer sukses kan behaal met sy skoppepale toe. Na die eerste helfte het Suid-Afrika 10 lynstaande gewen teenoor die Jaguars se 4. Die loskrums in hierdie stadium, die Jaguars 9, Suid-Afrika 9 en die vaskoppe 1 elk. Tobias het gestel, hierdie bouer van Caledon. En dan is die voorman van Suid-Afrika, die nuweling Stut Anton Barnard. Is by om die puntjie van die bal net te stabiliseer. Nee, hy krul weg. En die ander gekry is Sansot. Hy kon doodgedruk het, maar hy skop kantlyn toe. Dis 'n lang skop. En dis Chris Jenes, of liewer Johan Jenes wat die bal in die hande kry. Hy skop hoog. Wat ingewag deur Mingues. Skoonvang deur Mingues. Mingues, die 8ste man van die Jaguars. 'n Man wat hier in die lyn staan, daar in die lyn staan. Hy doen die regte ding. 'n Kort skoppie en dan gee hy vir Porta binne sy kwartgebied. En hy bring die nodige verligting wat hy besef. Hy sou waarskynlik die bal van die kant van die skoen laat afskil het of enige snaakse ding gedoen het. Maar nie die regte ding. Chris Rogers wat ingooi vir Suid-Afrika. Goed gevat deur Louis Moelman. Voor hom die lyn staan Kulu Ferreira. En daar trek hy. Hy het die van Sterfontein aan sy binnekant en hy het hom. Pragtig Suid-Afrika.
Eindelijk behoort die 3 aan Kulu Ferreira. Prachtig deur hom gespeel, Jan.
Kulu Ferreira wat vir Campo uit die pad uitgeloop het. En ook vir die loskakel Migens. En binnekant toe op die regte oomblik na die van Sterfontein met 'n duikslag oor die doellyn. Porta is te laat. Jy sien vir groot Rudy Versace ook daar. En van agter die palle af lyk dit so. Kyk net daar die pragtige vatslag van Louis Moelman. Kulu Ferreira voor hom die lyn staan. Migens is uit sy pad uit. Dan is dit Campo ook wat nie kan slag nie. En die van Sterfontein is daar. Tussen is daar 'n besering opgedoen. Met een van die Jaguars. Dr. Janes is daarbij. Dit is Campo. Wat dan uitrol. Zodat hy buiten in die veld sit en die spel kan voortgaan. En Dr. Janes, die amptelike spandokter van die Jaguars. Hy gee aan hom die nodige aandag. Dit is weer Errol Tobias wat gaan kyk of hy die 2 punte kan byvoeg. Suid-Afrika wat reeds 14-12 nou voorloop. So. Ja, hy is net oor die dwarslag. Errol Tobias slag met daardie skop. En Suid-Afrika loop voor met 4 punte. Weer Sansot. En ons kan verwag dat hy diep gaan skop. Sterfontein. Binne sy kwartgebied. Maar 'n bal wat in die baie ver kan uitkry nie. Is binne die kwartgebied van Suid-Afrika uit. Louis Moelman en Chris Rogers met 'n kortlyn staan deur die Argentyne. Van achteraf is dit Milano, maar dit is niet wel wat die bal aan die hande kry na Louis Moelman. Hy vir Kulu Ferreira. Kulu Ferreira na Rob Lou. Rob Lou wat terugspeel. En hier kom hy. 'n pragtige beweging met Dani Gerber. Binnekant toe na Raymond. Gaan hy hom weer in die hande kry? Ja, hy het hom. Hy beheer die bal. Hy gee hom terug. Die skeieregter het gesê, Hy het dit net nou nie geblaas toe Porta dieselfde stukkie taktiek toegepas het en die bal uit sy hand uitgespat het en homself weer beheer het nie, maar toe Raymond dit doen, nou ja, tensy dit 'n vorentoe aangee was.
Dis al wat dit kan wees, Jan, want 'n aanslaan was dit beslis nie. Dit moet seker maar 'n vorentoe aangee wees.
In ieder geval is Miggins, Javier Miggins, die skrimskakel van die manne van Suid-Amerika. Rob Lou wat by is. En dan word by die hande gespeel. En daar is aan die verkeerde kant deur Petersen in die loskram ingeval. En Errol Tobias beduie dit gaan pale toe wees. 'n lang skop. 'n skerp hoek. Steeds is die baie donker wolke hier oor Loftus-Versveld. Die son net so bietjie deurgebreek. Daar is 'n flou skaduweetjie hier op die veld. Maar Vaderdank, dit is nie so warm as wat dit vroeër vandag was vir hierdie rugbywedstryd nie, want dit is reeds vol somer hier in Transvaal. Pragtige trek. Hierdie mikke. En die telbord verander na 19 vir Suid-Afrika en 12 vir die Jaguars.
Dit is in hierdie stadium baie beter spel deur die voorspelers van Suid-Afrika as wat dit was in die eerste helfte van hierdie wedstryd. En ek wag nog vir daardie voorspelling van my om te bewaarheid word. Sansot met daardie lang afskop van hom Dani Gerber wat in die hande kry. Nou Gerber die besluit, ja, ek moet net so eentjie hardloop, dan moet ek liewers veld wen. Miggins wat die bal in die hande kry, skrimskakel van die Jaguars op die middellyn is daar die skoppie van hom. Hy gaan nie uitwees nie, kaptein Divan Sarfontein, 30 jaar oud. 49ste kaptein van Suid-Afrika. Skoonvang. Netjies 'n 3 gedruk. Nou ja. Die skoppie beteken veldwen. Die middellyn lê in sig. Milano het so 'n merkie op die oog. Jaguars. Die spook steeds baie hard. Dengra wat uitgee. Na agter toe. Porta. Daar die skipskop van hom is wyd en kort. Johan Jennis, hy kan hom laat rol, hy kan hom bekyk, hy kan hom betas, hy kan hom bevoel en dan kan hy dooddruk. Dis presies wat hy doen. Diego Porta. Hy het ook die genot gesmaak om die eerste oorwinning teen Suid-Afrika aan te teken. Toe hy die 21 punte in Bloemfontein aangeteken op elke moontlike wyse wat 'n mens punte kan aanteken. Suid-Afrika se voorspelers met Louis Moelman aan die voorpunt van die afskop. Maar dit is tog die Jaguars. Hierdie skoppie van loskakel Porta is Johan Jennis wat eerste daar is. Nou ja, hy kry hom nie ver uit nie, maar Johan Jennis wat sukkel met 'n liesbesering, die sorg dat hy uit is. En ek dink altyd aan die heel agter Lionel Wilson. Hulle het altyd vir my gesê hierdie man kan nie 'n bal ver uitskop nie, maar hy het van een ding seker gemaak. En dit is elke skop wat hy geskop het was die bal uit. Vleisversagie. Maar Dengra wat afneem. Porta. Dis 'n mooi gaping wat hy geslaan het. Dengra weer in die prentjie. En Pardo wat byderhand kom. Daar moet kop ingesteek word. Dis harde werk daarin. Suid-Afrika wat nou die bal uit die losheid met 'n bietjie meer reëlmaat kry. En kaptein Ivan Serfontein, die maak geen fout met daardie skoppie van hom. Maar die skeieregter het ook reeds besluit, dit is 'n strafskop aan Suid-Afrika. Hy's lank. En spel verplaas na binnekant die halfgebied van die Jaguars. Cash. Nommer 2 op die rug. Dit is 'n bekommerde man. Mingues. Maar mooi kry die Jaguars die bal in die hande. Tournes. En Tournes se skoppie is wel in 'n leë kassie, maar hy kry vir Raymond wat net kan terughardloop, daar die bal oprap. En Raymond, ou troudisier, die maak baie seker dat hy weer sy span ver vorentoe jaag. En dit is 'n verblydende teken vir enige voorspeler. Ons wil nie omdraai nie, ons wil vorentoe speel. Nou kan Suid-Afrika hom kry op die ingooi. Milano wat lekker bloei in hierdie stadium. Nie lekker bloei nie, dis seker nie aangenaam nie. En dit is Mingues. En hy laat loop maar Pardo soek die ondersteuning en hy kry dit. Hugo Porta wat die bal in die hande het. Dis 'n mooi gaping wat hy wil slaan, maar hy slaan hom nie heeltemal nie, want vleisversasie is daar. En Suid-Afrika gaan die bal in die hande kry. Rob Lou na Dani Gerber. Dani Gerber se skop is hoog die lug en op. En gaan hy hom weer kry. Hy spring reg byna vir vleisversasie, maar dan spring hy verkeerd. En die Jaguars die kry geleentheid op die middellyn om weer by daardie bal te kom, maar Suid-Afrika het hom. Dani Gerber, Nick Mallet. En dit is Chris Jenes of liewer Johan Jenes in die agterlyn. En vleisversasie wat die bal net so tik en dan na Ivan Serfontein. Ivan Serfontein en Raymond wat optel. Ek moet sê, Suid-Afrika se samespel, se voorspelerkrag, alles lyk nou baie beter as in die eerste helfte. En die Jaguars die te besering. Ons kyk weer na daardie beweging van Suid-Afrika op die aanval. Nee, die beweging is nie daar nie. Daar kom hy nou. Vleisversagie wat hom so tik en dan steeds in die hande kry. Ivan Serfontein wat 'n 3 gedruk het, die kom byna weer deur 'n groot gaping, maar Hugo Porta is daar om te hinder. Dan is Raymond daar en Raymond die word voorgekeer. Maar Suid-Afrika is op die aanval binnekant die kwartgebied. Ivan Serfontein, hy wil daar verby de WDA kom, hy kry dit nie heeltemal reg nie. En dan is dit loskakel Errol Tobias, dis ver uit, wie gaan hom in die hande kry? Du Plessis, maar Suid-Afrika die speel terug. En die skeieregter het ook reeds gesien, hulle is onkant, dit is nou die Jaguars. En die strafskop is aan Suid-Afrika. Nou Errol Tobias wat geslaag het met 2 skoppe, terwyl 'n reënboog hier bokant ons spreek, is dit Errol Tobias wat weer gaan probeer. Nou ja, hierdie skop, daar lê die reënboog in die agtergrond, 'n opgewonde skare van 45.000 mense wat vanmiddag hierdie toets sien. Gaan kyk hoe Errol Tobias gaan probeer met 'n baie skuin skop 10 tree van die kantlyn af. Tobias met sy enaardige styl. Hy bekruip agteruit en dan bekruip hy vorentoe nadat hy broek opgetrek het. Kerel wat lank na die pale kyk. Trippeltrappies. Dat bly 19 vir Suid-Afrika en 12 vir die Jaguars. En Errol Tobias 'n bietjie ontevrede met homself omdat hy nie daardie skop tussen die pale kon deurkry nie. Hugo Porta. Hy is te diep. Hy is te diep van 'n Suid-Afrika se Kulo Ferreira wat hom in die hande kry. Dis mooi dryfspel. Mooi ondersteun Ivan Serfontein. Dani Gerber. Raymond is 'n kragtige kerel, maar dit is Mingues, die skrimskakel wat vir hom uitdwing. En aan Cash geleentheid gee om in te gooi. Suid-Afrika se agterlyn in 'n aanvallende posisie. Want Louis Moelman kry hom in die hande. Dis mooi uitgegee. Dani Gerber. Dis byna 'n gaping, maar hy en Rob Lou aan mekaar se pad. Dis net by die kwartgebied van die Jaguars. En dan uit na Michael Du Plessis. Hier kan 'n 3 kom, Johan Jenus. Hy moet hom kry. Ja! Suid-Afrika se agterlyn in die eerste helfte nie juis gebruik nie. Hier is hy weer, Michael Du Plessis, Errol Tobias en dan heel agter Johan Jenus met Dani Gerber aan sy binnekant. Dis puur verniet want hy gaan hom druk. Dis 'n mooi 3. Is een van die weinig beplande 3 in hierdie wedstryd. Van die ander kant af lyk hy so. Errol Tobias wat die bal baie mooi gevat het. En Johan Jenus seer lies of te not. Die sorg dat hy hom kry. Dit is die skuinste doelskop wat vanmiddag nog gewaag is in hierdie wedstryd. Teen aan die kantlyn Errol Tobias. Van die Boland, die enigste speler van die Boland in hierdie span. Nee, hy gaat links verby wees. Maar die telling, die skuif aan. Daar is hy 23-12. En op hierdie noot waar hulle voorloop, skakel ons oor na ons Engelse kollegas.
And there we have the score. 18 minutes in the second half. The score came 23 points to 12, and South Africa leading by 2 goals, 1 penalty and 2 tries to the 2 goals by the Jaguars, and that kicked from the centre too far. It went over the try line, the touch line. So there's 3 options they could have. They could have a kick again, a scrum on the centre spot, or they could have a line out on the halfway line. But the Springboks opt for a set scrum. Referee says wait until the ball is there. That's Thomas Pedersen, number 6, scrumming for the Jaguars, but Chris Rogers is healed. Serfontein, but through very quickly were the Jaguars there, and the referee whistle goes loudly, and he said that the Jaguars, no, it's not offside, it was a free kick. It's not a penalty, a free kick there. So it must have been for either foot up or not in straight, perhaps. And there's an attempted drop charge down. Tournesh tries to get it, but through there, Mallet to Michael Du Plessis. But the referee says it was a knock forward and a scrum. So with the free kick, you can't go directly for the post, but a quick little one to Porter. But the Springboks wide awake and saw the drop goal attempt coming, and Rudi Visagie charging it down. Now it is the Jaguars ball, surprising how shallow they're lining on this occasion, and put in by Miguens. Miguens to Porter, blind side, and that's a good rolling kick. Yunus will have no chance of getting to it. Lovely kick there by Porter to put his side onto the attack.
Well, Porter hasn't had quite enough possession to make use of this wind, which has died down a little bit, but the man amongst the Springbok forwards who's really coming into his own now is Kulu Ferreira, who set up that try by Johan Yunus by good work in the loose.
There's Chris Rogers throwing in, and taken by Rudi Visagie, number 5 for the Springboks. There's a little drive. Serfontein back there to Tobias. Tobias has Peterson and Ure to deal with from the back of the line-out, but he got his kick in well, and takes his side further away from their own try line. So this line-out will be about 12 metres inside the Springbok half of the field. Jaguars ball is Milano and Mingwens. And Louis Moulman, Kulu Ferreira taking it, number 7. A good bit of work by Kulu Ferreira again to Chris Rogers. He stayed in the tram lines, and inside there to Serfontein, coming through very quickly indeed. Interesting there, Chris Rogers does that often when there's a short line out. He stays in the tram lines, which he's allowed to do, and so he's on hand for anyone breaking down to support and pass out towards the touchline. So a good drive by the Springbok forwards, and they're about 8 metres outside the Jaguars' 22-metre area. Diego Cash throwing in. Rudi Visagie again. Springboks doing much better in the line-outs, but it was a bit of obstruction that time, says the referee. Or perhaps lifting in the line-outs. Yes, I think lifting from what he indicated there. The Jaguars did complain quite a bit after the match when the junior Springboks played them last Saturday, that there was quite a lot of lifting in the line-out that went unnoticed and unpenalised. And interesting, that's the second penalty for lifting in the line-out so far. And a good kick there by fullback Martin Sansot, using the place kick to gain ground again. He's had a good game as Sansot. Very cool, calm and collected, as are most of the Jaguars three-quarters today. So they're in a good attacking position, about 15 metres away from the Springbok line. Tapped back by Moorman, and coming through very quickly, Ure. And good work by Thomas Pardo, number 16, a substitute. Miguens calling for it. He says, I want it. The Jaguars forward says, yes, here it is. And back to Porta. Porta dodging this way and that, but he's tackled. He's tackled by Rob Lowe and a couple of others down on the 22-metre line, and the Jaguars get it back. Good work by Dengra, and it misses Turnes. That's Cuesta Silva. Cuesta Silva running, trying to pick up some support. Tackled by Louis Moorman, and the big crowd from Northern Transvaal enjoyed that. And a penalty coming the way of the Jaguars for, I think, not playing the ball after a tackle. Either that or playing the ball on the ground. And here is a chance for Hugo Porta. He's indicated that he's going to kick for the poles. And of course, once the kicker has indicated he's going to kick for the poles, he may not change his mind. Touch judges going round the back. But that was good second phase play by the Jaguars there. Very determined side. But the Springboks, who I think playing much better in the line-out in the second half.
Yes, some good work from Wilman and from Visagie.
And Porta, 15 metres in from the far touchline. There's the little dance. And is it straight? Yes, all the way. And the score goes to 23 points to 15 with a penalty by Porta. So 24 minutes gone in this, the second half. So about 16 minutes left for play, and only a matter of 8 points separating the sides. And although the wind has died down a lot, there is still a bit of wind, and what wind there is behind the Jaguars. Errol Tobias. Under it is Devedia. Devedia, number 7. And Ure going in, back, good possession, back to Porta. Porta dodging a man, dodging Rogers, and getting his kick in. Carlo du Plessis trying to get under it, but a lovely kick by Porta.
Well, we've got 17 minutes to go in the game, Chick, and a vital stage for South Africa to keep their concentration. They ran into that big lead in the second half, and this is certainly when everybody is tired for the Jaguars as well. The concentration, how they keep it together from now till the end.
And good work there by Visagie. Springboks have this ball, they're rolling it, going forward. Mallet in the thick of it, and Devedia breaking up, going back to the back of it. Springboks should get it. Anton Barnard, there it is, out, down. It goes to Michael du Plessis, that little kick through. Porta covering very well. What a great player he is. Coverer, defender, and how accurate that kick was. He landed it just where, no, it was too far, was it? Yes, the touch judge said it just went too far, out on the full. So back they come for line out opposite where he kicked. And that is on the halfway line. Chris Rogers, referee wanting that half-meter gap. Up for it is Ure, tap back, coming through quickly. Mallet, helped by Kula Ferreira. And the referee says it wasn't straight. Asked the Jaguars what they want. They could have a line out, but they have opted for the scrum. That's the halfway line. Javier Miguens putting it in. Once again, the wheel. Porta on the blind side. And well taken by Hunis. Not an easy one, that. And Hunis, has he found touch? It's a long, long kick. And it has found touch. A beautiful, a quick throw in. That was quick thinking there by Campo. Threw in quickly to Sansot. And the referee says fine, as long as it's thrown by the right side. Goes 5 meters and goes in straight. And more or less from the place it went out, that's fine. So good quick thinking there by those two, by Campo and Martin Sansot. Diego Cash to throw in. Towards the back, Ure tapping it back. Good ruck going on there. And Miguens wants it. Dengra doing good work. Number 3 for the Jaguars. Back it comes. Back to Dengra again. Rob Lowe trying to tackle him. Dengra going well. Back it comes, and Cash onto it. His opposite number Rogers, also Devadia and Rob Lowe. But the referee meantime has said a penalty for playing the ball on the ground, a penalty to the Jaguars. Hugo Porter with it.
Well, Dengra, who started off a tight head prop and then moved over to the loose head when Morel got hurt, has certainly been in the thick of things in the loose. I think it's played extremely well, particularly his support work in the line-out. You always see that number 3 jersey popping up here, there and everywhere. This long kick for Porter. Now, if Hugo Porter kicks this over, then the Jaguars only have to score once. And in fact, it's not Porter, it's Sansot, the fullback, who's going to take the kick.
And the kick is a good 7 or 8 meters inside his own half of the field. So it'd be a very long kick if it goes over.
Well, we saw him kick off from the centre spot to restart the play, and he nearly kicked it over the dead ball line, so he is capable of the distance.
Well, a very important kick. 23-15. This could make it 23-18. And as Hugh Bladen said, then only a converted try, and it's holding in the air, it's hanging, it's not going to have the distance. Pretty good kick though, taken by Heunis on his goal line. And Johan Heunis is not going to find touch. He's found Sansot. Sansot with an attempted drop goal. It's a long kick again, but to the right. And Steve van Serfontein lets it bounce all the time in the world, and he decides to dot it down. There he is, the captain, very proud man. There's a fine son, 4 months old, and that's Errol Tobias. And tapped back there by the Springboks. Mallet in the thick of it, and Springboks will want possession, but they didn't quite get it there. Jaguars threw very quickly to spoil possession, and Steve van Serfontein waiting for a good ball from that platform, but not getting it. That's the Springbok 22. Diego Cash, a deep one. Ure trying to get it back, and the Jaguars have it. That's Porta. Porta with that up and under, not an easy one. Heunis getting under it. Heunis jumping up, tapping it back. Tobias. Tobias challenged there by Peterson. Gets his kick in, and that's Campo. Campo on the far side. Campo running up, kick into the box. Serfontein is there, and what did he get? He's given a late tackle on Campo, and here is a chance for the Jaguars. Late tackle given. It's always given at least 15
Well, we've seen it again here. And now one wonders whether he didn't just perhaps take a bit of a dive. Oh, I would say it's almost in soccer parlance. I don't think that Anton Barnard really interfered with him there, Chick.
Well, it could have been a hip just going in. He certainly came off his feet here. And anyway,
he certainly took a dive.
Well, the referee is the sole judge of fact, and I must say Mr. Urke has done very well so far today. He's been firm, he's been on the spot, which is so important. When a rugby player hears the whistle from a long way away, he doesn't usually give the referee the benefit of the doubt. But Mr. Urke has been on the spot, and that's Hugo Porta with the score 23 to South Africa, 15 to the Jaguars. Taken it 2 meters behind the 22. And has he got the accuracy? No, that's not like Hugo Porta. That's the second fairly easy one he's missed, and the ball went over the dead ball line. Errol Tobias making sure his forwards behind him. Up for it is Milano, but the Springboks have it. Mallet. Serfontein back to Michael du Plessis. And Michael du Plessis getting the attentions of Thomas Peterson. It's his first international today, and he's done pretty well. He certainly helped in setting up the one try earlier on. So the du Plessis family must be pretty proud people. Very well taken there. And Thomas Pedersen knocked it forward slightly, one felt. But the referee says that Thomas Pedersen... No, quick one. Porta in a gap. Tackled by Fasahi. And back to Ure. Ure, that is Cuesta Silva. Tackled by Gerba. In goes Palma into the scrum. He's the wing three-quarter. The Jaguars are determined to get back. Miguens to Porta. He's got Ternej and dodges Tobias. Back to Miguens. Miguens tries a drop. Under it is Furness. Furness, did he call for a mark? No. And a good kick by Johan Furness. And he's got his touch. Quick throw into himself by the fullback. Referee quite happy. Says play on. And Sansot, play still going on. Picked up by Serfontein. Kick into the box. And the referee says out on the full by Serfontein, so a line-out.
Well, you could hear Devon Serfontein in the background there saying, Komboy Spielman. And he certainly has played today. But I think Hugo Porter, one occasion there where he made the wrong decision. He should have let that one run.
Yes, all his backs were there. That's good work there by Mingwens, the number 8 forward, coming round from number 2 in the line-out. Dengra helping. Miguens has it. Reverses direction to Porta, blind side. Porta back in again, reversing direction a second time, running right into the forwards, giving it to Dengra. Ternej, Cuesta Silva, out on the left here to Palma. Palma tackled by Gerba, and they still have a Dengra. Dengra with it, gives it to Mingwens, and helped there by Davedia. Miguens now, out to Ternej. Ternej looking for a gap, he sees a gap, and he runs into trouble. Caught on the ground by Rob Lowe, and Rob Lowe allowed to stand up with no tackle there. And back to Ray Mort, and Ray Mort to the rescue to boot it out. I think no one was more surprised than Rob Lowe when he looked up and saw the ball coming to him, but instinct was there and he did the right thing. That's Mingwens, who did so well there, number 8 forward. He jumps at number 2 in the line-out. Behind him, Ati Strauss. Deep one, taken by Mallet. Mallet back to Rudy Versace, holding it. Helper Ati Strauss. Serfontein out to Mort. Mort to Gerba. Gerba inside Ternej, and this could be dangerous for Gerba. Kick ahead, and chasing for it is Sansot. Sansot with it, and a penalty for a late tackle on Gerba. Dani Gerba, definitely late tackle after he kicked. That's the double penalty they call it. He could have had the penalty where the late tackle occurred, or else where the ball landed, and clearly the advantage, that's Gerba. He did the kick ahead and ran into that tackle, and so here's an easy chance for the Springboks to go further ahead, and a very important kick, because the Jaguars at the moment with 23-15 still in range, but to get 3 more points will make it much more difficult for the Jaguars. Errol Tobias taking a lot of trouble. It's about 33 meters out and about in line with the left upright. You'll have a good view of this ball. Here he comes. Yes, lovely kick by Tobias. "36 minutes gone, and the penalty by Tobias, that's Errol Tobias's second penalty, and he's also kicked a conversion, so that's 8 points to Tobias, 26 points to 15. Springboks leading by 2 goals, 2 penalties and 2 tries to the 2 goals and a penalty by the South Americans. Ball went 10 yards, and there is Chris Rogers battling his way forward. Referee waiting for advantage if the South Americans get it. Watching for offside by the Springboks. Hugo Porter with it. Up and under. There's the Gary Owen. Who is under it? Anton Barnard. And tapped forward Chris Rogers. Broken play taken by Mingwens. And in goes Diego Cash to help. South Americans have it. Davedia. Cash. Back it goes to Porta. Ternej. Ternej inside Tobias. He's still going. Inside Rudy Versace as well. Dengra helping. Back to the Springboks. And a good kick by Devon Serfontein. A lovely rolling kick by Devon Serfontein. Beautiful kick.
Well, that's the sort of kick that forwards dream about in the last minutes of a game, particularly a strenuous international such as this. And I think Devon Serfontein acquitted himself very well as a captain today. Springboks not always been too happy with the situation, but Serfontein pulled them right with a vital try at a vital stage, and now put them into a tremendous attacking position.
That's Nick Mallet. There's a try line just behind them. Ure taps back, Dengra going for it, and the Springboks dive. It's a try. It's a try for the South Africa. Either Rob Lowe or Mallet. I think it's Nick Mallet who got it. Nick Mallet, delirious with delight. Yes, Nick Mallet, former University of Cape Town and Oxford University player. His first test, and he scored a try. What could be better than that? Bad mistake by the Jaguars. Ure tapped it back. Dengra went for it. Here it is again.
Well, this certainly isn't the place to tap. Very dangerous, but what these South Americans are always unorthodox. And there goes Nick Mallet. Very opportunistic, and you could see quite clearly his right hand getting the touchdown, and a good decision by the referee.
The second round of applause. Mallet, who was frustrated earlier on when he played in the trial with quite an injury and came close, and this time he got his Springbok cap and he scored his try, so he'll be a very, very happy boy tonight. Harold Tobias from about 50 meters in. And he's made no mistake. So 38 minutes gone. South Africa leading by 3 goals, 2 penalty goals and 2 tries to the 2 goals and a penalty. And here is a penalty given under law 26. Very clear. If after the ball is dead, there is anything under law 26, foul play, misconduct, then a penalty will be given from the point where play would normally restart. So obviously what happened there was that after Mallet scored his try, there was a quick tap one by South Africa, and here is Michael du Plessis, but the referee said someone had indicated they were going to kick for goals, and having indicated you cannot change your mind, so it's a scrum. So interesting decision that, with that bit of dirty play after the ball was dead, the penalty being given from the place from where play restarts. Miguens with it for the Argentinians, and they have it back to Porta, blindside Tournage, Campo, Tournage again. Tournage, who scored a beautiful try the other day. Tournage still, and backing up Thomas Pedersen. On the right, Sansot coming up as well, and good gaining of ground by the Argentinian chaps.
Well, Chicks, 32-15 it is, which sounds like a bit of a hiding, but whatever happens now, these Jaguars certainly have made a tremendous contest of it, and one cannot but admire their tremendous guts. Great tackling.
Kula Ferreira getting it for the Springboks there. Ivan Serfontein waiting, and he has it, taking no chances, and kicking it straight out. That's it. Now, what is the decision here? The referee giving a penalty to the Springboks, helped there by Colonel Cassie Carstens on the far side, the touch judge who spotted a bit of dirty play. The referee saw it too, and so a penalty to the Springboks. And we're going to have a bit of bother with some rather enthusiastic young people who want to rush onto the field, but there is still a bit of time. We've had 40 minutes exactly in this match in the second half, so in the referee's time he adds 4 stoppages, and there have been a couple of stoppages. So play goes on, 32 to South Africa, 15 to the Jaguars. 40 minutes gone, and Mallet going for the back of it, running up Michael du Plessis, but that's Thomas Pardo with it. He's the Spaniard, and advantage. Pedersen picking it up, and this is good second phase. Dengra flipping it back there, but into the act is Devedia. Devedia, back it goes to Porta. Porta to Tournage. Tournage looking for support. Costa Silva, and that is Tournage now, again with it. Tournage dummy scissors and kicking it through and picking it up in the far side, Rudy Versace. And here's a bit of how's your father right in the middle of the field. Donny Gerber in the middle of it, and the referee running in. That was unfortunate, a bit of fisticuffs, and one doesn't like to see that, and a penalty against the Springboks. The referee must make a quick decision. Penalty given to the Argentinians, and I think the referee wants them to settle down for a moment and get their tempers back under control on this very hot, rather muggy day. It's rather sultry weather here, and Ivan Serfontein being called up to talk to Uwe Porta, and the referee saying, please chaps, this is a gentleman's game, let's have it played in the correct manner. And so a quick one, Miguens, Porta, up and under it is Rudy Versace and Louis Moorman, and Springboks get it. Serfontein, a long kick being chased there, back by Dengra and Sansot and Pedersen. But Sansot it is who takes it. Kicks it into touch. Referee's looking at his watch on our stopwatch. Nearly 43 minutes. Score South Africa leading by 3 goals, 2 penalties and 2 tries for their 32 points. So 2 goals and a penalty for 15 points by the Jaguars.
Well, I've seen the Springbok backs, a lot of talking amongst themselves. They're lying very deep. Can they conjure up something here? Beautifully taken.
And Louis Moorman takes it beautifully for them. Kula Ferreira going round the front. And I think the 3/4 one. There is the end of the game. And South Africa won this game.